Hello dear friends, and welcome to this video today in our YouTube channel. In this video we shall be looking at how to find the range of values for which the inequality 1 minus x into x minus 3 all that on x plus 2 is greater than 0, and we shall also find the range of values for which x squared minus 3 on x is greater than or equal to 2. So friends, the inequality I have on the left side of the screen, I solved this already, but I solved it in a short, and as you all know, a short can be a maximum of 1 minute. So friends, and one of my subscribers did not understand it so well, so she wants me to redo the whole process so that she can understand. And friends, I'm going to do it this time around. I'm going to do it in a detailed manner such that she's going to understand. So friends, please, if you're new to our channel, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button, because we are going to be uploading so many interesting content in this video, in this our channel, in biology, chemistry, physics, mathematics, further mathematics, and maths and science in general, as well as economics and other social science subjects. So friends, it took me quite a lot of time to prepare all these contents for you guys. It took me quite a lot of time, friends. It's quite a lot of time taken. So please, I encourage all of you to hit the like button, friends. Just press the like button beneath this video. It doesn't cost you anything, it costs you nothing, friends. Just hit the like button, because that is to motivate me, that is to tell me that you actually found the content useful. Thank you very much, and let's dive straight into the video today. So friends, let's start with this first one. It wants us to find a range of values for which this our inequality is greater than 0. So friends, to solve this problem, we start by getting the critical values. How do we get the critical values, friends? We are simply going to take all the factors and we put them to 0. Okay, we simply take 1 minus x, because we have 3 factors here. We have 1 minus x, we have x minus 3, and we have x plus 2. So we are going to take 1 minus x and we put that to 0, take x minus 3, put that to 0, take x plus 2, put that to 0. So in the essence, we are simply going to have what we have here: 1 minus x equal to 0, x minus 3 equal to 0, x plus 2 equal to 0. If we solve this way, guys, we are going to take 1 to the right hand side. We are going to have negative x equals negative 1. Dividing out by negative 1, guys, we have x to be 1. Likewise here, bringing negative 3 to the right hand side, the sign here is negative. When it becomes positive. Likewise here, the sign was positive. When it came here, it became negative. Good. So we are now going to have x to be equal to 0 plus 3. We have x to be 3. Good. Similarly here, guys, we are going to take negative 2 to the right hand side. Solving for that, we are going to have x equal to 0 minus 2, and we are going to have x to be equal to negative 2. Good. So friends, these are the critical values we have here in blue. So friends, to now get the value, now we are now going to bring forth our number line. Okay, we are now going to bring forth a number line. We put calibrations on the line, starting from the smallest. The smallest value we have here, guys, is negative 2. The smaller value is 1, and the biggest value, guys, as you all know, is 3. Good. So friends, since the inequality sign here is strict, okay, since it is strictly greater than that, means that negative 2, 1, 3 are not solutions to this our inequality, right? They can never be solutions. So all we are going to have is an open circle. Okay, all of these circles are going to be opened. Why? Because the boundaries are not solutions to our problem. All right, now friends, for us to be able to get the range of values, all we need to do is to get the sign of our inequality, because if you look in this case so well, friends, we have 4 boundaries, right? We have the boundaries from negative 2 below, we have from negative 2 to 1, we have from 1 to 3, we have from 3 to positive infinity, or from 3 above. So for us to know which of the range of values here are we interested in, guys, we simply test. We can pick the easiest number. Let's just take 0. Okay, let's take 0. Which region is 0 found? You can see that 0 is found between negative 2 and 1, right? So let's take 0, which is in between negative 2 and 1, and we put it into this our equation, guys. replace everywhere you see x there with 0. So we are simply just going to have 1 minus 0 into x is 0, 0 minus 3 all over 0 plus 2. 1 minus 0, as you all know guys, is 1. 0 minus 3 is negative 3. 1 times negative 3 gives us negative 3. Then down here we just have 2. So we are going to have negative 2 over 3. Friends, know that our major aim is not this value. Okay, our major aim is the sign of this value we get here. Because the sign is negative, right? Because the sign in this case is negative. So from the range negative 2 to 1, we have for negative, because the sign of this function here is negative. Now friends, keep in mind that in this inequality the signs must always alternate. Okay, meaning that if here is negative, here must be positive, here must be positive, and here must be negative. Good. So friends, the signs must always alternate. They must alternate. So if you succeed to get the sign of 1, just assume it for the other. So now friends, to get a range of values of x now, remember that this our inequality sign here is what? Greater than, right? Means it is a strict sign which is greater than. So we are going to pick the regions that we have positive values, right? We pick just the positive values. We pick the region that has given us the positive sign, because all positive numbers are greater than 0. Likewise, all negative numbers are less than 0. So if we take a negative region now, we'll see that it is not going to satisfy this inequality, since negative numbers are rather less than 0. So in this case now friends, in this case now, we are going to pick the regions that are giving us positive answers, and the regions are from negative 2 below, right? Then from 1 to 3. So our range of values now is simply going to be x, which is less than negative 2, or we have where from 1 to 3, that is 1 less than x less than 3. Good. Means, like I said initially guys, that 1, 3, negative 2 are not part of the solutions. Okay, they are not part, they aren't part of the solutions. So find this is the range of values in which we needed to get. So friends, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed, because we are going to be uploading so many interesting contents here for you and you can't afford to miss. Good. And friends, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Please like the video, because that way it is going to tell us that you found the contents useful. Alright, now let's see how we can answer the one we have on the right side of the screen. So friends, this is the inequality that we have. Now friends, an important note, take note guys, take note, you should never cross multiply by the denominator if you don't know its sign. In this case, right, in this case the denominator is x. You don't know if x is negative or positive, right? We don't know if it is negative or positive, so we cannot multiply all through by it or cross multiply. But if here was x squared, we know that the square of a number is always greater than 0 for all real numbers, right? So it's greater than or equal to 0. So we could multiply if we had the x squared here. But since here is x and we don't know the sign of x, we cannot multiply all through by x. So what we can do is that we can take 2 and we bring it inside. So we are going to have x squared minus 3 over x minus 2, which is greater than or equal to 0. Now friends, to solve this guy now, there are a number of ways in which you can solve it, but everything boils down to one step, that you must take the LCM. But friends, we can make things happen. We can simply have this one as x cubed x squared or minus 3 over x minus 2x over x. You see that this x and this x, they can cancel, right? You're going to have the same negative 2. So I haven't changed anything. Okay, we haven't changed anything. Good. The beauty of doing so is that I now see that they both have the same denominators, right? So I can just evaluate what I have at the top. So if I do so, I'm going to have, this is x squared minus 3x minus 2x, but I can arrange it and write that as x squared minus 2x minus 3 all over x, which is greater than or equal to 0. From here now friends, we are going to factorize the top. We look for two numbers that if we multiply, we get negative 3. We add, we have negative 2. Those two numbers, friends, must be, one must be negative, one must be positive, but the biggest has to be negative since the sum is giving us a negative value. Good. So friends, those numbers, I think they should be -3 and 1, because -3 times 1 gives us -3, as we have here. Then -3 plus 1 gives us -2. And friends, since the coefficient of x squared here is 1, we can just have our factors in the form x plus the first factor, which is -3, x minus 3 into x plus 1 over x, that is greater than or equal to 0. Therefore means our factors in this case, guys, are going to be x minus 3, x plus 1, then we have x. So we put all of them to 0. If we put all of these guys to 0 now to get our critical values like we did initially, if we put all of the factors to 0, we are simply going to have x to be equal to 3, x equals -1, and x equals 0. Guys, you notice that I put this 0 in quotes, right? I put the 0 in quotes. Why? Because we won't let x to be 0. We won't let that happen, because if we let it to be, or if we let x to be 0, guys, we are going to have infinity, right? And it's an indeterminate form, so we are not going to allow x to be 0. That's why I said x equals to 0, and I put this in quotation marks, because we won't let that happen. As we did here, friends, now we are going to have our number line. We have a horizontal line. We insert all our values from the smallest. We have -1, we have 0, and we have 3. Good. So friends, and since the sign of this, our inequality, is not strict, it is partial, so we are now going to have, instead of open circles, we have closed circles. But when I reach 0, guys, when I reach 0, I'm going to have but an open circle. Why open circle, guys? Because 0 is not part of the range. Okay, 0 is not part of the range. Likewise, here we had open circles because what, -2, 1, and 3 were not among the solutions. That's why we had open circles here. So here is going to be an open circle. If you put a closed circle, guys, you might have the method mark wrong. Then on 3 now, we are going to have a closed circle. So like we did here now, we are now going to investigate the sign of this inequality from -1 below, from -1 to 0, from 0 to 3, and from 3 above. Good. So friends, we are going to choose any easy number. We cannot take 0 in this case because 0 is one of the critical solutions. So in this case, guys, we are going to take the easiest number apart from 0. Let's take 1. Okay, we know that 1 is found between 0 and 3, right? So if we take 1 and put into this our equation, we are going to have 1 minus 3, which gives us -2. Then 1 plus 1 is 2. We are going to have -2 times 2, which is -4, all over 1, which the resultant answer is negative. So the region between 0 and 3 is negative. Likewise, like I said initially, this must be positive. Then this other region must be positive. Then this other region must be negative. Good. So the required range of values that we are interested in, guys, since our x in this case is greater than and is a partial order, so we are simply just going to take the regions from -1, since it has given us a positive result, and the region from 1 to positive infinity, since it has given us a positive result. So we are now going to have our range of values, friends, to be, but keep in mind that we'll take care that x should not be 0. That's why here is a strict inequality. So our range values are going to be from -1 less than or equal to x less than 0, because 0 cannot be part of the solution. Then the other range is going to be x greater than or equal to 3, that is this region. Good. And this is the range of values for which we needed. So friends, please don't forget to like the video, subscribe to it, share the video with your friends. If you download the video, please come back and like it, because that is your own gift to me. That motivates me enough, guys, to keep producing more content. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you want more interesting, great content. Thank you very much, guys, and